Hi, hi, hi. It's Friday. Camper Conversations. So I always like to take time to walk around and check things out, make sure things are good to go with my baby. All right. It is Friday. It is time for Camper Conversations. I hope y'all had a really, really good week. Hey, Tanil. I hope y'all had a really, really good week. I was warming down yesterday. I literally was in the bed all day. Thank God I did not have to come into work. My team held it down for me. And I didn't work today, to be honest. So I really had a 5-day weekend. Well, starting a 5-day weekend. So, it's a long weekend. I am going to be hitting the road tomorrow to enjoy this weekend. Hope you guys have plans, whether it's to rest or, we celebrated Juneteenth. We did that. So, but July 4th is just an additional day off. So it's a 3-day weekend turning into 4. So, all right, let's go and get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I know y'all wondering when the camper gonna roll. She's going to roll out very, very soon. It is July. I literally have plans every single week of this month, minus one. So I can't wait. I love it. Going to Miami, having a family trip. We all gonna come together and act the fool. And a few other stops that I'm gonna make this month. So hey Lee, Vic, hey Edge, Edge, that's my girl. So camper conversations today. How y'all doing? Hope all is well. First of all, I like to start out by saying I am not a relationship expert. Nowhere near close to it. I'm just a black woman in this world, living this life, doing the damn thing, and enjoying every bit of it. Like every bit of it. I am enjoying myself. Every day brings new challenges. Every day brings, whether they're up or they're down, it's all in your attitude, your perspective, how you plan, how you take it in stride. Some things you can plan for, some things you cannot. But I always like to just take it all in stride and enjoy it and do the thing. So, we're going to get started. Because I always say I don't want to go real long. But I'll go, maybe 30 minutes, if that. All right. So, the subject today. Hey, Yolanda. So, when that man tells you who he is, believe him. When that woman tells you who she is, believe her. So I've titled this, When That Man Tells You Who He Is, Believe Him, because let's be honest, women tend to get caught in the web of thinking that I can change him. Like, he's saying that now, but, this is me. I'm this and I'm that and I'm this and I'm that. Let me give y'all a little clue. If he didn't say that, if he's not saying that, if you have to say that, you're not the one that's going to change him. Because we change by choice, because we want to. Not because someone makes us or asks us to or whatever. We change because that other person, I see something in them I like. I want to get to know better. I want to take the time to get to know them. And, I may change some of the habits that I had. I may change how often I go out. I may change, some of the places I go. But that's going to be totally up to me. It's not going to be based on someone else. It will be based on what I would like to do for someone else. So, when that man tells you who he is, yes, ma'am, you better believe him. You better believe him. Now, I am real big on communication. We're all big on honesty. We want people to be honest with us. And I hear a lot of men say, when I'm honest, it's a problem. When I'm honest, she get in her feelings. When I'm honest, she this and she all of that. I can only speak for me. I try not to speak for the masses. But there's some things as a woman that I think that are kind of general for us. We desire certain things as women. As so men desire certain things. We desire certain things. Certain things that we desire. We desire consistency. That's huge on my list. That's like top tier. Be consistent, brother. If you say you're going to do it, I expect you to do it. If you cannot do it, then communicate with me that you can't do it. Changing plans and changing things is not taboo. It is not the worst thing. But if you're being consistent in something, you're going to make time for something and something changes, it just changes. Let's just talk about it. So feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling like I can trust you, feeling like what you say you're going to do, you're going to do. The promises that you make, I'm going to take care of you, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. That's what you need to do. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that safety and that security. Men, from my understanding, and I'm not a man, so I don't try to come off like I know everything about men and what they want. I am at 49 years old still learning. I am at 49 years old still realizing some things, but it's making me such a better person. Learning can only make you better. Learning can only make you better. So, when a brother says, ladies, we're just friends. When a brother says, I'm not ready to be in a relationship. When a brother says, I don't want to be in a relationship. When a brother says, I don't want kids. When a brother says, this is what I like to do. He's telling you, believe him. Believe him. If he's going to make adjustments to that, that is because he's made the decision that there's something about this young lady that I want more of. And by wanting more of her, I'm going to have to make some adjustments. All right. So, I always go off of posts that I make. Usually my subjects and topics come off of things we talk about or, come up during the week. So I made this post 3 days ago. When a man tells you who he is, what he wants, and how he moves, believe him. There is no woman with the power to move the mind. It does not make him a dog, doesn't make him a player, etc. It makes him an honest man who is enjoying who and where he is. It is okay to want certain things in life without the judgment of others. But wait, fellas, be honest, be open, be intentional. What others perceive is on them. Listen, I used to tell my son when he got into the dating age, be open and be honest about what you're doing, who you are, what you want, what you don't want. If the young lady gets all caught up in her feelings, that's on her. As long as you're being open and honest about what you want and what you don't want, how she feels and how she gets caught up in her feelings or whatever, that's on her. Same thing, vice versa, because it's not just a male issue and problem. Females have that issue too, and you don't see it as much with women, because women, we're set up different than men. Women get into a relationship, women get into a friendship. Let me say this: women can have a friendship with a man, and they're spending time and they're doing things and they're enjoying. There's a certain part of a woman, man, that you tap into when you show them attention, when you give them time, things like that. So you need to understand and be clear. Is this a friendship, or are we intentionally building something to go somewhere else? Now, sometimes friendships develop into other things that we don't expect. Those are usually the funner ones, the best ones, because there's no pretense. There's no coming with your best face and making sure you together and your hair's done or you got that cut or whatever. You going and hanging out with your friend, so they get to know the raw of you. They get to know and meet you and see you how you are, just period, without all the pretenses. But fellas, y'all have to understand, when you're spending time with a young lady, you have to be clear. You have to be clear because, again, taps into the emotions. Women want attention. Women want time. And when you give those things, there can be confusing and mixed messages that happen. But as long as you are being clear on your intentions and what this is, no one can blame you for hurts and issues and problems that arise out of her or him not understanding where this is. So, I posted a video a few weeks ago, and a friend of mine and I, we discussed it. The young lady said single women should date at least 3 guys. At least 3 guys. You should be dating at least 3 guys. I am for it. I am here for it. I'm loving it. And I am doing it. I'm single. I'm enjoying. I have several male friends. Some of them get time and attention that other ones don't. And that's just what that is. But I'm clear. I'm clear on where I am. I'm clear on what this is. And if I feel myself or realize there's something more that I want from this guy, we're going to have that conversation. And if he doesn't want that, and I'm like, I can't get mad at him. And same thing vice versa. If a man is intentionally wanting my attention and my affections, and they are, and they do, and that's okay. We can get ladies, side note. When a brother compliments how you look, when a brother makes a statement on how sexy you are, how gorgeous you are, and even to the point of some things that they may want to do, why do we get all uptight and mad? Oh, he being disrespectful. Now, if he's being disrespectful, then you check that. But ladies, when we looking our best and we smelling good and we looking good and we, posting pictures, or they see us out somewhere and they compliment us and they say something, don't be looking at them all stank face and giving them that. It is human nature. This is us living, and the opposites attract one another. So that was just a side note. It truly bugs me when a man shows a woman a certain type of attention and she want to get all offended and she want to, unless he's being disrespectful again. Like, I get compliments all the time, and I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes the compliments come from a sexual place. Sometimes they just come from a you look good place or whatever. I'm not going to get all uptight about that. Unless the brother's attacking me, I'm not going to get all tight about that. So, sorry. I just had to say that because I thought about that the other day. And sometimes women, we could get out of pocket with that. Like, you want to get attention. You want to be complimented. But when the brother compliments you, you want to just be all kind of stank with it. The appropriate attention. And I get it. Been there, done that. I get it. So when a brother says, I'm not there, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that. Here's the thing. Ladies, you have the right. You have the right to cut it off. If you're not getting what you want, and you realize this brother is not going to give you what you want, it's okay for you to walk away too. So if he is not attracted in that way, if he's not even ready that way, he may be attracted and he just may not be ready. If he's not ready to have that type of relationship, it is okay. I love a man who knows what he wants, does not rush a situation, enjoys the process, and enjoys the ladies that he's seeing, that he's dating or whatever, and can have fun without getting all attached and getting all in having issues. Dating should be fun. The fun has been taken out of dating because people take it so serious. They take it beyond the point of what it is. Dating phase is to get to know someone. And once you get to know that person, hey Don, and once you get to know that person, and you decide, hey, this is who I want, this is who I want to be with, then you go for it. Then y'all go to that next level of doing things. But if he's saying, I'm not ready for this and I'm not ready for that. So this is the part that really, I had this discussion with my sister, and she better be on. I think she's on. My sister and I had this discussion because yet again, I had a friend that clearly says, I want what I want. I'm not interested in not being able to have friends and be free to talk to people and have different relationships. The young lady that he's talking to, some type of way it was a shock to her, even though he told her. And we came to the conclusion that she may not have really understood where he was coming from. But when we get to a point, ladies, where we feel like, oh, that's what the brother said, but I can, if I show him this type of attention, if I have sex with him, if I give him what he wants, if I focus in and ask him, what do you need? What can I do for you? How can I make you happy? And you think that's going to turn what he's saying and what he has said, then you, my dear, are fooling yourself. You, my dear, are setting yourself up for hurt, heartache, and harm. You're setting yourself up for that. If this brother has told you clearly where he is. Now, if you choose to accept this mission, if you choose to accept the fact that he wants to see other people when he chooses to, then understand you get what comes along with the territory of that. You get the, I'm going to see this person or I'm going out with that person, and you're not included. If you accept that, then understand that's what you get. I don't know very many situations that turn out the greatest like that. I really don't. I don't. If that's for you, then that's for you. I'm sorry. My mom just called me, y'all. Gotta let Big Mama know I'll call her back, because she'll call again. She probably gonna call again anyway. If you choose that type of life is for you and that's okay, then just understand it's possible that you're gonna catch feelings and emotions are gonna come out that you didn't expect. But just know this brother told you from the beginning who he was, what he was doing, what his intentions were. And if you go into that with your eyes wide open, you cannot get upset when he wants to do certain things and different things and it does not include you. I need y'all to give me some input. Like, give me your thoughts on this. Ladies. Have you ever experienced and been in situations where you were seeing somebody, y'all were friends, and then y'all were doing things that looked like and felt like, if it looked like a duck, walked like a duck? Have you been in that situation? And then when you get to the point where you catching feelings and the brother's like, I'm not there. Like, we talked about this. Like, I told you where I was. So, like, have y'all been in that type situation? I think everybody at some point may have started to like someone that necessarily didn't return. Hey, Tosh. That did not return the feeling that you had. Growing up, y'all remember in school liking this girl and like bringing her snacks or treats or whatever, writing her notes, and she end up not liking you. So stuff like that, man. Like, we've been dealing with this thing all our lives, to be honest. We've been dealing with this thing all our lives. But when we get, to a point of being old enough to understand what dating is and what that means and how relationships are starting to build and grow, we have to protect ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to protect ourselves. Protect yourself. And understand and know that what you want is okay for you. What you desire for you is okay. And if someone else has a problem with that, then they're not the one for you. Or they don't need to be in your circle. They don't need to be in your crew. There are certain people that I keep around me, and there are people that have an understanding of who I am. Because I can be a little bit different, y'all. Donna Average Not has been a nickname for me for years. But I can be a little bit different. I can definitely be very straightforward. I can tell you what I want and what I don't want. And sometimes people shy away from that because they feel like it may either push people off, it may offend people, or it may put them in a position where it changes the attention that they want. You have to be able to speak up and say what you want. You have to be able to be intentional in your thought process and tell people what you want. There's another post that I made that I want to read to y'all too, for real. This one was a good one. Okay. It says, have the courage to say what you need in the moment. Most people aren't mind readers. Two things will happen. You'll either get what you need or realize the source you are asking doesn't have the capacity to deliver. Both are gifts. Both are gifts. I posted that like 21 hours ago. So if y'all want to go in the group and read it and just kind of get more detail in it, y'all can. But have the courage to say what you need in the moment. Like, shying away or not saying what you feel and what you think because you just expect people to know is not fair. Men aren't mind readers, and women sometimes expect them to be. Like, he should know what I want. He should know what I feel. He should know what I think. No. But when you do tell them what you feel and what you think, when you do tell them what you want, you're going to learn one or two things. They may not be the person to tell that to. They may not be the person to have the capacity to give you what you need or what you want. They leaving. They may not have the capacity to do that, and that is okay. But ladies, stop setting yourself up to be hurt. Please understand, we got superpowers. We do, ladies. And it's not in between our legs. But we have superpowers. And you got to learn how to use your powers for good. You got to learn how to use your powers for you, for your peace of mind, for your sanity, for your safety. You got to learn how to do that. And if you don't know how to do that, get a book and read it. Like, there's so many resources out there. No one comes, with knowing everything. No one knows everything. No one is born or brought out like that. You have to learn. You have to get to know. You have to get to know yourself. It is so, so important to get to know yourself, what you need, what you want, and what you desire. And you have to learn the process of speaking up for yourself. I speak up all the time. Sometimes I speak up too much. I'm working on that. But speaking up for yourself is a good thing. Fellas, letting her know, hey, you're cool. I enjoy spending time with you, but I'm not ready for a relationship. So then, fellas, we come to another part of it. If you say that, be careful in what you do. Don't selfishly take things that you know are hitting her right here. Don't selfishly do things that you know will hit her right here. You got to be fair on both sides of it. You don't want the women to get into a position where they're wanting and needing and desiring something from you because you pulled that trigger. You triggered that reaction. You triggered that emotion. So we have to be adult about the situation. You may want something, but please put others' needs in front of yours at times. There are times that we need to put others' needs in front of ours. And this is one. Ladies, if you see there's a fella that's calling you and he wants to go out with you and he's saying certain things and you know you're not attracted to him or you know that this is not the person that you want to be with, Don't go get a free meal. That is so ratchet. I don't even use that word, but that's the only thing I can think of at the moment. That is so unfair, and that is so dishonest. If you don't like the brother, if you don't like the man, don't take his money. Like, that's what that's doing. He takes you out on a date, and you don't want to be with him, and you know that's what his intention is, and you know the attention that he's trying to show you and the affections that he's throwing at you, and you like, oh, I just wanted to eat, or I just wanted to go out, I was bored. So how we treat people, that we reap what we sow, the universe gives back to us what we put out, that's real. I don't care what you believe, what you don't believe. You reap what you sow. What you put out, you will receive. If you steal, you reap what you sow. You're going to lose. If you're dishonest and you lie, you're not going to get the truth from situations and things that you need when you need it, or things are not going to work out for you as you want them to. They may look good now. Oh, you got what you wanted now. But in the long run, in the end, it is all about how we treat one another. Material things will leave and go. So if you steal from somebody, just know it's the person that you've affected. So if you don't want to be with the brother, don't go out with the brother. Don't spend time with him. Don't let him spend his money, his time. Let him put his affections to someone who is interested. Brothers, believe a sister when she says it. Now, I know when it comes to men, like, there's this thing about men, right? And I've learned this, and I've read this, and I've heard this. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and a lady was saying that it's a certain type of energy that a man puts off that can change a woman's mind. Understand what this is saying? Get this. Not that there's going to be someone that you're completely not attracted to, you have no intentions, you don't want them, whatever, that all of a sudden, boom, just because they say a certain thing is going to turn you around. There are some attractions that just aren't there. There are some attention that's not wanted, right? So she was saying, and I can't remember her name. Hopefully I remember before it's over in the podcast. So she was saying she was at the gym working out. And there was a lady, and they were having a conversation, but they couldn't really talk because they were working out. They were like actually in a class. And she left the class early, spin class, I think, because it got hard for her. So she was like, I'm done. The lady stayed. But they had some information they wanted to share with each other. So she goes to the front desk, and she asked the guy at the desk. Now, mind you, the guy at the desk is definitely giving off vibes. He's giving off, watching her, waiting for his moment to say something, right? So she said she asked him for a paper and something to write with. Now, remember, she saw this guy checking for her. She saw him checking her out. Excuse me. And she said, in her mind, she was like, oh my gosh, here he go again. Like, she had seen this guy before. It's like, oh my gosh, here he go again, right? So she had seen the guy before. He works at the gym. And she said she really didn't think much about him. It was like not a lot about him that was catching her attention. So she asked him for the paper and something to write with. And he simply said to her, no, I'm not giving you anything. And she was like, she was kind of taken aback. But in that moment, that no, I'm not giving you anything, then he followed it up with, after a few seconds, oh, I'm just joking, here you go. She said in that moment, it caught her attention. He did something different. He didn't give her exactly what she wanted in the moment. So it caught her attention enough to pay attention to him. It was like so much more to it. It wasn't a whole lot more to it, but at first I'm listening like, I'm kind of confused. Then when I really kind of listened to what she was saying, fellas, it was the energy that he put off to her that made her stand up and catch attention. he caught her attention. Because he was like, he was playful with it. He was like, no. And he came back, I'm just playing. And he gave her the paper and he gave her the pen, right? So she writes down her information. And at this point, he's making small talk and conversation with her. And she's finding herself responding. And she's finding herself, she said, that kind of resilience that she had up, she found it kind of releasing and kind of letting it go. Because he did something a little bit different. He didn't necessarily quite appease her, and she already was not really attracted, and it wasn't appealing to her, but he did something different that caught her attention. So the point that what I was saying about changing the mind, men, there's something a little bit different with men than there is with women. Just our mindset and that attraction factor. So nobody's saying to be aggressive. Nobody's saying to just constantly come at somebody. You have to learn that sweet spot, fellas. And there are relationships that never thought there would be, that ended up being relationships and coming into, and people end up getting together because opposites do attract. And he said the right things. But to the point of what we're talking about today, you don't want to push a situation. You don't want to force a situation. Ladies, it is a turn off. It is a turn off. Men are gatherers and they're hunters, and they like to conquer, and they go for something and they conquest, and I'm going to win her over. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. My mother used to always say, and I know we've heard it before, old wise tale, old cliche, however you want to say it. Like, you going to give the milk away. Like, what he working for? Why buy the cow if you're going to get the milk for free? And I don't think that just applies in sexually, giving yourself away sexually or whatever. I think that applies all the way around. If you're going to give him, and he has nothing to work for, he ain't going to work for it. And let me say this. I have to say this. Stop being stupid. I apologize if that word is offensive to y'all. We tell the kids all the time, we don't say stupid, but I'm going to say it. Some of y'all women are stupid. And some of y'all are being stupid. I apologize. You're not stupid, but your actions can speak stupidity. Let me tell you how. Because the brother said, no, I don't want, I do this, and I do that. And you say, well, that's not for me. I don't really like that. Unless it's just going to be you and I can't do this. And then you find ways to just let him do it anyway. And you find reasons to let him do it anyway. And then you end up with, well, as long as we're together, then I'm going to accept and I'm going to understand that you do this and you do that. You will never, ever, ladies, never, ever truly get that man if you do that. He will never truly give fully of himself to you if you do that. And the reason I say don't be stupid is because it's the easy ones that make it hard for the harder ones. It's the easy ones because why is somebody going to fight for something? Why is somebody going to work for something if they could just do what they want? By nature, we want things to be easy, male or female. By nature, nobody wants to work, but everybody want to get paid. Nobody wants to put in the effort, but everybody wants to reap the benefits. If we look at relationships the same way as we look at life and work and jobs and earnings and all of that stuff, then we would understand we will reap the benefits of what we put into. And if you just giving this brother and letting him do what he want, ladies too, if you just giving in to her and letting her do what she want, she will never respect you fully. You will never gain her full respect. And as bad as it sounds, People will do whatever you let them do to you. They will do it. And they may not be a bad person. If you're in a relationship and you say, hey, I have friends and I have people that I want to be with and I want to see whatever, and that's your choice of being, that's your choice of being, right? And the other person accepts that and they really don't want to, but they're accepting it just to keep you on the other side. Please believe you don't truly have this person. You don't truly have their heart. You don't have their respect. I don't care what they say. I don't care what the pillow talk is saying. Because if they did, there is something in human nature called consideration. And consideration means I'm going to consider the other person. I'm going to consider what they need and what they desire and what they want. If you're not willing and ready to do that, don't get into a relationship. Believe him when he says who he is. Believe who he is. If he's not being honest, if you caught in a situation where someone told you one thing and they ended up being somebody completely different, been there, done that, then it's up to you to leave that relationship alone and move away from it. Because at that point, it's your fault. If you stay within it and you allow them to keep doing what they're doing and keep doing what they're doing, keep doing what they're doing, that is your fault at that point. You have made the decision. You have made the decision to hurt and harm yourself. You have made the decision that whatever happens at this point, after this point, is on you. Is on you. So don't call that brother a dog. Don't say he ain't no good. Don't say he a womanizer. When the brother already said, I have a friend here. I have a friend there. This is my friend. We do. Much less, y'all, even to the point of him letting you know that they have a sexual relationship. If you decide you want to share, you might as well be in a polygamous relationship. Let's do polygamy. Let's do that now. Because I'm accepting you saying that you're having a relationship with someone else in addition to me. That's polygamy. That means I'm on that swinger, whatever, however you want to call it, polygamous. That means you're making that choice. If that's the choice for your life, that's your choice. Can't nobody tell you what not to do and what to do. But find someone who is willing and wanting that type of lifestyle. If they're not, be fair enough to leave them alone. Because if you don't, you are being selfish. I don't care how honest, how open, how whatever you're being selfish. You're being selfish. So just be who you are, be you, enjoy what you want without dragging other people into the process of it. Ladies, when a brother tells you who he is, believe him. When the brother tells you what he does not want, believe him. There is no power in the P that's going to change who this man is. There is no power in the P. Who's going to change who this man is? He's just going to be another man you gave a P to. That's who he is. But if ladies, you choose that lifestyle and that's what you want to do, you grown. Be safe, protect yourself. If that's what you want to do, I think men may take it a little harder when they realize that you're being with more than them. Ladies get emotional, they get hurt, they get upset. Men get a little territorial, and they want to know who better. They want to know, I got something to worry about. They want to know this and they want to know that. And technically, they may not even care. It's just territorial at this point. They want to be the one to pee on the tree last, marking their territory, even if they don't want you. Paula, Tanya, Monica, what up, ladies? So, y'all didn't give me no input back. Usually what happens is when I finish and I post a video, I'll get comments and stuff on it. So that's cool. Y'all can do that too. Put your comments on after. Tell me what you think. When that man tells you who he is, believe him. There is no woman who is a mind changer. You cannot change that man's game unless he is ready to hang up his cleats, his jersey, his hat, whatever it is. Unless he's ready to do that, there's nothing you can do. You can be your wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous, feminine, all of that. You can be all of that. So all I'm saying is, don't put yourself in a position where you're going to get hurt. Don't put yourself in a position where you find yourself building mistrust. Because that is another good point, y'all. We can get to a point, ladies, where we say we don't trust. Men get to this point as well, just a little bit different. But we say we don't trust. I don't trust this now because he did this and he did that. But what part did you play in building that? What part did you play? Sis, you late. I'm about to get off. What part did you play in building, setting up the house for the mistrust? What part did you play? Again, if he tells you, so I did this and I did that and I gave him this and I gave him that and I loved him and I wanted to be with him and I showed him that, but he said, that's not what I want. But you did all this, and that. And now you hurt and now you upset and now all men are dogs and I can't trust and this and that. You can't say that when you set the house up. You set the house up for yourself to be in a position where you would end up being hurt. So take care of yourself first. It is okay to not want to be in a relationship. It is okay to not want to date just one person. Because dating is like an interview process. It is okay to not like the person who likes you. We get so caught up and frustrated and thinking because we give our affections, someone should return the affection. And I'm not going to lie, we all get caught up. I get caught up in that. Like if I have a friend now, we've been friends for years. And I'm not going to lie, we've done the back and forth thing, right? We've toggled with having a relationship. Then we toggle with, okay, we're in relationships, so we're friends or whatever. And sometimes I can tell when the attention that I'm giving him is not enough, because he'll get kind of attitude-ish and he'll get a certain way. And then same thing vice versa. Like when I want him around or whatever and he's not, I get a little agitated or whatever. But understand, we put ourselves in the position and we have to be held accountable for the outcome of it. So if he and I do that, and we know or we find that we're not for one another, we're going to do one or two things. I'm going to do one thing. I know what I'm going to do. Because when I get into a relationship, everybody else is gone. I don't care what the friendship was and what the relationship was with us. I'm sorry. Y'all could agree, could disagree. I don't believe in needing another man when I have a man. If I want to talk about something, if I want to get something off my chest or whatever, my man should be the person I do that with. That's my friend, and they have their place over there. This is what that is. But be clear, be intentional, be honest, be fair. If you don't want to be with the brother, tell him. And if he still says, hey, but I just want us to hang out, I want us to go out. We can still go out, go to a movie, whatever. Then y'all have to make a decision as adults. Is that going to work? Or is that going to build emotions that shouldn't be? When the brother tells you who he is, please believe him. When the sister tells you who she is, please believe her. If it's meant to be, it will be. That click will happen when it clicks. If it does, if it does not, understand you are setting yourself up for hurt and harm when you try to force a relationship. When a person tells you where they are. And there are relationships that people are in and the person has told them where they are, but they still wanna. I'm gonna take that. So when you get hurt, just understand we have to be responsible adults in this. All right? All right, y'all. So I am out. I'm going to go take a nap so I can get ready to get rolling tomorrow. See y'all next week. Y'all have a great weekend. Y'all be safe. Be fair. Be considerate. Love on one another, please. Because that's what's going to help us to get through this life. Love y'all. Deuces.